So pull the handle twice, or the... I guess I'll just do both. Yeah. It's not working.
Yeah, this one should be the handle. Okay, and then one other thing.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, it's Josh. I hope you're having a good day. So I'm back in Chandler, Arizona testing Waymo's self-driving taxi service as well as Tesla FSD Beta, which I have on my own car. And I had an interesting incident with the Waymo service after my ride finished that I wanted to share with you guys. So what I'll do is go over the story quickly and then I'll get into some clips that I recorded during the ordeal. Alright, so let's get into it. So I did about a 12-minute ride on the Waymo service, and that's what the backdrop is for this video. And I didn't have any problem with the ride. Everything was smooth, picked me up and dropped me off everywhere I wanted to go. The problem happened when I arrived at the destination. Since I'm filming content, I wanted to add a new destination and travel there instead of leaving. Previously, that was not a problem for me. I'll put a link in the description below to my previous Waymo video. Since there was no option to change the destination, for whatever reason, it occurred to me to open the door and then close it again. And I guess I thought that would reset the system and allow me to add a new destination. But what had happened instead is when I closed the door, the touchscreen didn't change, and I started fiddling with the app to see if I could add a destination there. And within about 20 to 30 seconds, the car started driving with me still in it, away from the destination. And at this point, I was a bit confused, and I decided to contact rider support. And the rider support woman was very helpful. She told me to have the car pull over because there's a pull over button, and I did that. And then after some time, the car started driving again, which she seemed quite surprised about. There was no warning to me or to her or anything. And then I pressed pull over again, and the car pulled over for a second time. And by that time, she had figured out how to cancel the ride and let me start a new one. So I had to hang up with her so that the car would be able to drive again. And I hailed a new ride with the same van from the app. But for whatever reason, the new ride wouldn't go. And so this time, rider support called me directly. And I told them I was ready to go. Go ahead, everything's fine. I didn't feel like explaining the whole situation to them, and I didn't feel like it was relevant. I just wanted to go like a normal ride. And the second lady informed me that there was a problem with the ride and I had to exit, and if I wanted to hail another ride I could, but this one wasn't going to work. So I used a second camera to film the Waymo touchscreen, and that's what you're seeing in the lower right here. And the background is still the main GoPro. I'll go ahead and remove myself now. Okay, so this is just after we've started going, and I've just quickly turned my cameras back on. So you can see here it says this car is reserved for the next rider, and that's all the screen said. I'm going to just play this video as is, and you can hear my surprise commentary from the time.
I opened the door and then closed it, and the car just took off. This is crazy. I'm gonna call help and get them to stop it.
On our way to pick up the next rider. A rider support agent will be with you as soon as possible.
Wow.
Connecting to rider support. Please wait.
Okay, so that's what happened at the beginning of the incident. You can see here the screen, it says it's calling rider support. Ultimately, it took about 2 minutes for rider support to answer. Okay, so now I've switched to just the side cam. For whatever reason, I turned off the GoPro at this point. And what I want to show you is how the car took off on its own from the first stopping point. Oh, now it's driving again.
Okay.
was for the next ride, or should I hit pull over? Or?
Yes, hit the pull over button.
Got it. Okay, then I hit the pull over button, as she told me. And now the car is basically just hunting for a place to stop. So it's kind of interesting. You see the screen asks if I'm still there. It's quite odd behavior. I'd like to know what you guys think about this. And finally, I just want to cover the clip from the beginning. So this is where we've stopped the second time, and the rider support person has managed to hail the ride for me again with the same van. Ironically, she needed me to open the door and close it so the van would think I had gotten in. So she asked me to do so, and I wasn't able to because the handle was locked.
So pull the handle twice, or I guess I'll just do both. Yeah. It's not working.
This one should be the handle. Okay, and then one other thing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Could you?
Sorry, it's asking if I want to unlock the doors.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay, so I was able to get it open. But the interesting thing there, what I want to call to your attention, is I was trying to open the car door. I had to actually press a button on the Waymo touchscreen to be able to open the door. So it's pretty concerning to me that Waymo has that much control over the car. The car doors, I think, should work in their normal manner. If you try to open them, they should open. Perhaps I just don't know how a Pacifica door works, but I was a bit concerned at this moment. And finally, I just want to show you what happened when I closed the door.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you should hit start ride either in the app or in the car screen.
Got it.
And then it should be ready to go.
So you see how my initials have come up here? It seemed like we were on the right track. I didn't record the second rider support conversation. So in all, this ordeal took about half an hour. And I also just wanted to show you the screenshot I took from my phone in the app. Here at the green dot, that's 2300 West Temple Drive, and that was my original destination. And here, the GPS beacon is where I actually ended up finally. So it's about 6 blocks south and 1 or 2 blocks to the west. And they weren't able to take me back to my actual destination or anything like this because of the way the system works. So finally, I just want to point out that the Waymo ride was completely fine originally. The only reason I had a problem is because I opened and closed the door on my own. To be fair, there was no warning or announcement or anything like that this would happen, and I had no way of knowing that, otherwise I wouldn't have closed the door. I think these sorts of issues are normal for early adopters, and I'm not surprised to see this sort of friction. I don't think it should take away much from the Waymo system. But on the other hand, this really highlights that a robotaxi service isn't just the driving agent. There's a lot more to a fully developed ecosystem. So that includes the rider app, the support network, etc. So that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed and you made it this far, please leave me a comment. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.